It's Fans Corner. Welcome to it, and thank you so much for making time for us. We are back in the Betway Premiership, and we've just watched Kaizer Chiefs against Amazulu out at the FNB Stadium, and that game ending in a 2-all draw. Amazulu scoring all 4 goals and yet going home with just the point. That's the cruelty of football sometimes, eh? Before we go into the game, I just want to say apologies for not being able to record the post-match reaction for the Soweto derby. We had all systems in place, but for some reason, some technicalities prevented us from recording. It had nothing to do with the fact that Kaizer Chiefs lost. You know, as a Kaizer Chiefs fan, I record even when we lose games, so it had nothing to do with that. Apologies for those people who were looking forward to our post-match reaction. We couldn't do it because of some technicalities over the weekend of the Soweto derby. Apologies in that regard. Now let's get into this game. Kaizer Chiefs versus Amazulu out at FNB Stadium. The game, Amazulu, like I said, scoring 4 goals and yet going home with just a point. 2 own goals from Amazulu, one from Ramahlwe Mphahlele, former Kaizer Chiefs player, and the other one from Richard Ofori, from former Orlando Pirates player. Oh, what are the chances? So yeah, first half, I think Kaizer Chiefs played with chances. They could have buried the game in the first half. It's the same story, hey. I think it's starting to look, the story is starting to look the same. Kaizer Chiefs get chances in the very early stages of the first half, and they don't bury them. Like today, Chiefs had a chance again to score very early on, in the second minute or first minute or so, and they couldn't do it the same way they did in the derby. They had a chance to score a goal to put Pirates behind in the very first minute of the game, but they couldn't do it. The same thing happened again tonight. Unfortunately, they couldn't do it. I will say I was surprised to see all 3 of the January window signings starting the game, because it just felt wrong. I understand the coach knows the players much better. These are his players. These are the players he actually signed. Most of the players that he plays with at Kaizer Chiefs are not his players. They are players that he found there. So I understand he would want to play them, but I didn't think he would want to play all 3 of them so early. I mean, we saw Cele starting the game. We saw Morris starting the game. We also saw Lilepo also starting the game. So I didn't expect that, honestly speaking. So, and I felt like it's putting a whole lot of pressure, especially after what we saw during the derby. I don't think they had there was enough from their performance in the derby to think that they deserve to start in this particular game. So I don't know, man. I'm yet to be convinced by, especially by Cele and Lilepo, yet to be convinced by them. I think with Morris, I think I've seen enough to know that under the right circumstances, he's probably going to flourish at Kaizer Chiefs. I'm not so sure about Lilepo. Even his stats from his previous team, I'm just not so sure about the guy, man. We want to give him a benefit of the doubt. We want to give him a chance. Obviously, as a Chiefs fan, we want him to do well, but I'm not so sure. So I am saying I was surprised to see all 3 of them starting. I would have preferred to see the starting 11 well, Nabi doesn't have a stable starting 11, does he? Because he changes players all the time, which if you look at it from a positive perspective, you'd say he's giving a chance to every player. But if you also look at it from another perspective, this is not a team that is doing well, that you can just keep on rotating and the results are coming. This is a team that is not getting the results, so maybe you need to have a starting 11. We spoke about this the other day, and we even made prediction of who is Kaizer Chiefs' best starting 11, and we're back at this conversation again. So the starting 11 was not my favorite, but it was what it was. Unfortunately, we couldn't win the game. First half, I think we were Kaizer Chiefs were on the back foot most of the time. We couldn't. The middle of the park was not. We're expecting Chiefs to dominate the middle of the park there. I don't think Cele is very mobile, okay? He has the legs to run around, but the physicality is a bit lacking there. I think it also has to do with his physique as well. So you have to give him credit for the fact that for what he lacks, he makes up for the mobility. But the sideway passes from Mard, we didn't go forward as much. And when we created chances, we didn't take our chances. made the wrong chances, the wrong passes in the middle, in the final third. As usual, it's the usual. I'm sounding like a broken record now because it's the same thing, same thing. Even when the team changes, it's the same old, same old. But I have to say, in the second half, especially the beginning of the second half, we looked like we are ready to play ball. We look like a team that is ready to play ball, but it just didn't happen, eh? And I have to give credit to some of the defenders from Amazulu there, Phyllis and who's the other guy? I forgot his name now. Yoste. I think they just, the way they read some of the long range passes from Kaizer Chiefs and intercepted them was amazing, out of this world. Ramahlum Pahlele, after that own goal, he started looking like a possessed man. He made sure that Chiefs are not getting anything from this game. So we have to give credit to Amazulu. Actually, they look like a very good team. They look like a very good team under the coach Zwane and his co-coach, I think, Vilagazi. They're coming okay. They are coming okay. And again, for Kaizer Chiefs, it's one of those games. It's another opportunity to get 3 points, and it didn't happen. The Derby squad that started the starting 11 of the Derby, I expected to see those guys starting the game as well, because they played well, man. Against Orlando Pirates, we did so well. We played so well, but this game, too many changes, unnecessary changes. I think we shouldn't have made those changes. We just started the same, because the Derby squad looked good. I know there are some bookings and there are some slight injuries and some suspensions, so obviously some changes would have had to be made. But I don't know, man. The consistency from Kaizer Chiefs this season. We have the up front, we are not scoring, but when you look on paper, we've got players who can win, who can make us challenge for better position in the league. The defense is terrible. The defense is good enough to take us to relegation. Actually, I don't understand how we mark Miguel. I think we've spoken about him too many times now on the wrong. Miguel, for a person who's that tall, that big, he shouldn't be losing aerial balls. He shouldn't be dominated by opponents on the air. Really, I mean, we've seen it so many times now. He's standing right there and a player would head a ball, score. Miguel, I mean, is just too big for nothing. I mean, let's be honest. And I've spoken about it the other day. He's also one of those players that are so easy to turn around. I mean, just 2 touches, drop of a shoulder, you lose him. Simple as that. I think he looks very scary, but physically he looks very scary. He looks like a defender he's a no-nonsense man. But so far it hasn't worked for us. I mean, we are not keeping clean sheets. Bruce Vuma had a good game in the Derby, but this one was not his game. I mean, the first goal, both goals, honestly, let's be honest. A good goalkeeper saves both of them. The first one, in fact, both of them. There's no one that is a better one. I think just the back line of Kaizer Chiefs and the goalkeeper, a lot has to be done there. I don't think at this moment we can't talk about signing players because we've already signed players. I think there has to be some shift of some sort. I don't know what is it that has to shift there. And then we have Mart, who plays way too many sideways balls. We brought in Tetwa for Shabalala, and I think that didn't really work for us because it also prevented us to go forward the way we were going. With Shabalala, we were going forward a little bit, even though there were some offsides here and there. But I think we were able to make more box entries. And as soon as it was retrieved substituted, we didn't make as many box entries as we did earlier on. It's because of his mobility, man. He moves a lot. He can carry the ball. He can make those. He also keeps the Amazulu defense a little bit backwards, you know, because they know that he's gonna come for them. So you substitute him and you put Mtetwa there. Now you have Mtetwa and Mar, who you know for sure these are not box to box players. Mar tries to go box to box. Mtetwa is gonna play sideways. Mart is gonna play sideways. Then there's Stele there, who we still haven't figured out what he is very good in. Now the team is just, you have a group of 3 central midfielders who are just stagnant and not moving. Lilepo had his opportunities, had his chances. I saw his he has those runs. He can make the runs, but decision making, I don't know. It also has to come with the pressure of just arriving at the team and going straight into the starting 11. I think, because I think he should have been benched a bit and then be given a chance in the second half. Maybe we would have seen a better performance from him, because I think it puts a little bit of pressure on him, together with the other two players who also started the game today. Yes, they were able to force. Morris was able to force an own goal from Ramatlon Patlele. We give credit to him for that. We also give credit to Lilepo for being able to create an own goal from Ofori. Yes, they were able to do that, but still, we were not able to score goals. Amazulu scored all 4 goals. They were unfortunate to lose this game. Amazulu on today's game were the better team. Usually when I do these post-match reactions, especially against the Chiefs games, I always talk more about Kaizer Chiefs as my fan, as my team. As a fan of Kaizer Chiefs, I talk more about Kaizer Chiefs, and I've done that again today. But honestly speaking, today Amazulu were a better team. They were better prepared. They did better. They scored all the goals. Okay, they were just unfortunate to go home with the 3 points. With us, it's a work in progress. It remains a work in progress, and I think the chop and changing that keeps on happening. Nabi is doing too many chops and changes. There are positives about that, because you're giving everyone a chance. You're able to see who. But I mean, we're now 16 games in the league, man. We're beyond the halfway stage of the league. At this point, we should have at least an idea of who, at least 70% of our starting 11 should be clear as to who starts for us in most of the games. And unfortunately, we still don't know who starts for us. I think right now it's time we dismantle the back four. We try a different back four, because we have enough players to just have a different back four altogether. Because it hasn't worked. Because we can't be playing. We're into the second half of the league and we still are not. We've only kept 2 clean sheets. So what are we waiting for? We've given them enough chance. Drop the Miguels. The only player that I don't think I can drop is Dudley. I think he's too good. He's good. Let me not say too good, because we're not doing too well right now. So I think the back four has to be reshuffled a bit. Not a bit, just reshuffle the whole back four. Give others a chance. Let's see what the others can give us, because right now it's just not happening for us. Nabi has been cooking and we're not seeing any products. The kitchen sounds like it's busy, but there's nothing coming. We've been waiting to be served, and we're not being served. So I understand. And like I said in another video, we can't keep on blaming him. Some of these results are on the players. Some of the decision making by the players are terrible. It's just like we have today again. Final third, shoot when you are supposed to shoot. We saw Lilepo having a chance far from goal and taking, I don't know what he was trying to do, where he could have had a chance, a touch, and move it a little bit to an advanced position and have a better position to either shoot or play the ball to a person in a better position. But he chose to grab the headlines on his first game. It's not happening. It's not happening for us, and I don't know what is wrong. What needs to be done to get this train moving, because right now it's stuck. It's stuck, and it's unfortunate for us. Otherwise, congratulations to Amazulu for a good game, and for the point away from home. For them, it's a better result than it is for Kaizer Chiefs. And thank you so much, guys, for making time for us once again. Remember to subscribe and like our videos. We meet again in the next one. This has been Fans Corner.